Good morning, it's Amanda from Align Natural Health. You might be wondering why I am strumming an out-of-tune guitar. Well, much like our bodies, when things are out of tune, they just don't work or sound as well. So the process of working through the issues that you might have, you're able to get things back into balance or back into tune eventually. Come on now. There we go. And that may take a bit of time. Because we've been around how many years on this planet? And there's so many toxins that we have affecting our body. So when you have things working right, things sound way better. They sound way better. So that's just something to think about when it's coming to your health, however that is. You know when things are not the way they're supposed to be. You know when you're not in the zone, even mentally, right? You know when something's off. And this is the same when it comes to your health. And today I'm going to get into basically hormones, unlocking the hormonal symphony, if you will. And this can affect both men and women. I'm going to more so dive into how women can experience that. And this is basically problems around the endocrine system. And what is that? That is basically a team of glands and organs that work together. They control and coordinate your body's metabolism, energy levels, reproduction, growth and development, how you respond to injuries, stress, and your mood. Good morning for those who are popping on right now. Vilu and Stacy, thank you for joining. So what are the organs and glands that are in your endocrine system? They can be anything from pituitary, pineal, thyroid, many other things. They can be your ovaries if you're female, and if you're male, your testicles. So these are just a few things. I'm not going to mention everything because you probably don't care to need to know everything. Female symptoms, when things are not in tune, when things are not working the way you want them to, you can be experiencing low energy. You could be experiencing premenstrual symptoms and premenstrual syndrome, syndrome. What is the definition of syndrome anyway? Syndrome is a group of signs and symptoms that occur together, and they characterize a particularly abnormal or condition, or abnormality or condition. And I focus on the abnormal part because anytime you have symptoms like this, that's not normal. We've been basically programmed to think that these things are normal because most people, probably all people, have them. And it's not normal. If you are experiencing anything out of the regular with say your period, if they're really heavy, clotty, painful periods, this is not normal. We've been told it is, but it's not. This is signs from your body that something's not working the way it needs to be. So as the things I've already mentioned, when you think of PMS, for the women out there listening, the heavy, severe, clotty periods, maybe you have heightened emotions, maybe you have less, what's the word I'm looking for here? Your patience is lacking. Maybe you have a spouse or significant other that tends to hide away around this time because you're just, acting a little differently and maybe on edge around things. But it's something that's going on in your body. There's something not right. And this is when we want to find out what's going on. The medical approach often is to, especially if you're of childbearing years, is that you're going to be put on both birth control. And I'm sure many people out there have been on birth control at one point in their life. And what is that doing? Is it correcting the root of the problem? And how long have you been on, or will you be on that? For quite a while. I know myself, I was on it for, I think, 12 years. And that's quite a long time to be on something that's synthetic, that your body, it's just causing your body not to work the way it should be. So when we're having these symptoms, we need to find out why is it working that way rather than kind of essentially kind of masking or putting a band-aid on it. And by saying that, I'm not advising anything to do with your medications. That's something between your doctor. If you need to find out more information, speak to them as far as what you need to do. As far as research and resources for yourself, if you are on any medications, drugs.com is a fabulous resource to find out what are the, as many say, side effects. I will say effects of medications. What are the effects of the medications that you're on? They list tons and tons of over the medications that you can have a look at to see what's there. And not just medications, even over the counters. Pardon me, struggling with the voice thing today. We will make this work. Even over the counters have effects, every single one of them. And lots of people have been put on the pill, right? Helps regulate the cycle. So they say if you're dealing with maybe you've got skin issues, there's so many different reasons that this could come into play. And from what I'm hearing from clients and other people who are in the practitioner world, younger and younger women are getting put on this medication. And again, as I said, what's the problem with this? What is the problem with just throwing a medication or some sort of band-aid approach at this? You're not finding the cause of why these things are happening. And this is where we love quantum nutrition testing, because we can find the cause of how the body, what is going on with the body and how to support it back into balance. And the same as I just tuned my guitar back into tune, that's basically what we'd want to do with your body. We want to find out how much tuning do we have to do on each string to figure out where it needs to be. And sometimes, as you saw me, I was struggling a little bit to get to the right note there, because sometimes it takes a bit of time. And this is the same with your body, and it is doable. It is possible. Like, I've been around 40 plus years on this world, and how many toxins have I taken on? And when we look at the causes that could be at play, it could be we're surrounded, as I've said many, many times. Anything in our environment, in our air, in our food. Maybe it's at your job. You have exposures there. Beauty products, cleaning products, metals are a good one to start with. Anything. This could be in any of the above that I just mentioned. They could also be in vaccines. They could be in our food. High fructose corn syrup is in lots of foods out there. And this could contain mercury because of the processing that it goes through. If you have any sort of fillings in your mouth that are mercury amalgams, this can actually leach into your system and cause problems. And when these toxins get into our system, what are they doing to our system? They are weakening our immune system. And with doing that, they can open us up to parasites, viruses, and bacteria. And they cause imbalances in our system. It could also be mold. Have you ever lived in a older home, maybe a damp basement? Maybe there's been a flood of some sort. Even if you've had some older food that's been hanging around, leftovers sometimes have this issue. Mold can increase hormones. They can affect how they work, the pathways. So if you're living in a moist environment, leaky pipes, whatever this is, this can really dramatically affect mold, dramatically affect your hormones rather, and even have things like headaches popping up. Stress. Who is not affected by stress these days? And I know there's positive stress and can be negative stress. How are you handling that? How are you taking care of yourself? Are you taking care of yourself? This can be a common area for women because they are the caregivers. They are doing all the jobs. They're more than likely not these days. You're doing 2 jobs, multiple jobs. You've got the family to take care of. You've got a full-time job outside of that. There's just lots going on. And stress can build and stress can cause issues in the body. And one thing I'm looking at, I haven't quite narrowed down how it's going to work in with things, but one way to deal with stress that I've looked at, especially this last week actually, is hypnosis. And this is just a way to, one, relax, because that's quite important, because if you're you're stressed and you're tensed all the time. Maybe you've got a headache and that muscle tension that can happen. And for me, this has been a great outlet for not just now, but in previous years as well. A great outlet to find that time for myself, find that time to just kind of focus inward and just bring things back to a level of calm. And hypnosis is something that I'm trained in. And so I'm looking to see how that can be incorporated to help people out there who are also dealing with stress or other things. So keep an eye out for that as we proceed. And one other thing, when you're under stress, we're burning more vitamins and minerals. And this can cause brain fog. This can cause your thyroid to change its speed, hyperthyroidism. This can cause heart palpitations. When you're laying down, you may feel the heart in your chest kind of thing. Maybe you're just anxious. There's stress can play so many parts to the overall health, and it comes back to the barrel effect. How many toxins do you have in here currently? And then if you add stress on top of that, that just causes a whole whack of problems. And I know everyone out there, whether you're consciously aware of it or not, you know stress plays a role on your health. So what can imbalanced hormones lead to? What is it leading to that maybe you've noticed already or will notice after I bring it to your attention? You could have weight gain. You could have the weight that you just can't seem to get rid of. You're doing everything that you think you need to be doing, and you just can't find that answer you need to get that weight to budge. And how frustrating is it when you've got this goal and you're just not able to get to where you want to go? Like, incredibly frustrating. And then that is also adding on to your stress level, correct? Now, hair loss. I know a lot of women, maybe you've got your spouse out there who knows this and recognizes this. When you get in the shower and you're just pulling out those handfuls, I don't know, sometimes you like place it on the wall and it's just insane how much hair is coming out. There's so many factors. And with some of I've done reels recently around parasites and had lots of the teeth grinding one specifically, and people commenting about other causes for that, which is totally true. There can be many causes for these symptoms that you're experiencing. This is where it's great to be able to test and find out what specifically for you is the cause. Maybe you're not able to get pregnant, hot flashes, the PMS symptoms that I said, cramping, tender breast, heavy periods, clotty periods, all these things come into play when there are hormone issues, hormone imbalances. So a few of the tips that I have for you guys out there today: understand your body's signals. Pay attention to the symptoms like low energy, your PMS, hormonal imbalances. Pay attention to what your body is telling you. This is one of the biggest things that I think we've gotten away from. We're so busy out here, we're not focusing on what's going on here and like your whole physical body. And for any of those who out there who do like meditations or anything like that, as well as maybe hypnosis, you're just kind of tuning into your body and really noticing what's going on. I love the thumbs up is happening on Instagram. That's fantastic. Just tuning back into your body. So when that check engine light goes on, when those symptoms are happening, are you listening to it? Or are you covering it up? Like, I don't have time. I can't listen to this. We got to just, Band-Aid approach, whatever it is. But that's eventually going to catch up. There's I seem to be referencing a lot of the other social aspects that we're doing on our social media. Our most recent podcast we had on Alexia Georgides, and we spoke about burnout. And if you're constantly giving, there's deficiency that is coming from that. You can only give so much. You need to fill your own cup. You need to take time for self. And if you're not doing that, that's going to affect things. So pay attention to your body, listen to your body. You know your body best. You know when something's not right, and maybe just tune back in and bring awareness to yourself and your conscious mind as far as what's going on. Question medication approaches. I'm not saying not do it because there's a time and place, but just question what is the risk versus reward with these things. While medications like birth control provide relief, it's essentially it's we want to explore the root cause of why you're having these issues, merely than just like masking things. And as I said, drugs.com is a great resource if you want to find out more about any medications. Explore toxins and meta gapping today, metal exposures. Explore these things. See where they could be in your day-to-day life. Are they in your cleaning products? Are they in your workplace? Beauty products? What are you putting into your body that could have these things? What is in your environment that maybe you're breathing in or touching? Just keep an eye out for these kind of things. And address stress. Number 4 is address stress. Recognize the impact that it's having on your body and your hormones. High levels of stress affect your adrenals, your thyroid, overall hormone balance. And having techniques or just a little something in your back pocket that you can, pull out if you need to. Oh, I'm recognizing my patience with my kids is really lacking right now. Maybe I just need to take 5 minutes and do some deep breathing. Maybe I just need to do the meditation, the hypnosis. Maybe I just need to go for a walk. Whatever it is, it's okay. It's okay to do that. And I highly recommend that. And if you're dealing with any of these symptoms, consider QNT quantum nutrition testing. We can identify specific issues going on and causing these hormonal imbalances, the symptoms that's going on. We can offer insights to find out answers for you. Because I know I've heard from many clients, many women out there, you go to your doctor and you have the blood work and things come back normal, or you're just being told, maybe it's in your head or you're crazy or something to that effect. People out there are being told this by their medical professionals. And as I said, you know your body best and when it's not right. So keep digging to find out what's going on. And yes, this is something we can help with quantum nutrition testing. So if you're curious to find out more about that and how we can help you, you can book a free discovery call. It's about 15 minutes and we can find out if we're a good fit and how we can help you. So that's kind of the gist for today. If you have any questions, please drop them in the chat. Send us a message anytime. I hope you enjoy the little guitar thing that I had going on here today. It's kind of fun to mix it up. And if you know of anyone out there that you think that this can help, anything, if there's anyone out there that this can help, just share it with them. We'd really appreciate that. Thanks for watching today, and we will catch you next week for the next live. Have a great day, everybody.